Hello, cinema friends.
Welcome to another edition of Cinesundry. I'm your host, Gale Jones Carson.
And I'm your host, Markus, Seaberry. And today we've got a time travel sci fi story that the whole family can enjoy as we review The Atom Project. Okay, now before we get into our review of The Atom Project, we want to remind you about our rating system. There it is. And that top score is Auteur. Auteur is the top shelf, best of the best projects. Usually some of the best projects you've seen all year.
And the next level is middling. It's kind of middle of the road. It's a movie that you could take or leave.
Yeah. And our bottom score is Hack. That is for those terrible, dismal, abysmal, god awful projects that probably shouldn't have been made in the first place. And now that you understand our rating system, let's get into the rundown. Okay, in the Atom Project, Ryan Reynolds is a time traveling fighter pilot named Adam Reed. He accidentally lands in 2022 and he has to team up with his 12-year-old self to save the future. And Gale, what are some of your thoughts about the plot?
Well, okay, so I like the fact that the writer put the older Adam and the younger Adam together. They learn a lot together about each other, even though they are the same person. They learn a lot about and share a lot about dealing with their parents, which I thought was an excellent way that the writer handled that role.
Great, great, great. Well, all right, let's get into the script and acting. Okay, I like the script. Thought it was fun, thought it was full of action, and I thought it had heart, which is, I don't know, it's kind of a rarity today because so many scripts are just so either dark or so smug or sarcastic. I like a script that just had heart and, just kind of made you care. How did you feel about the script, Gail?
Okay, so I thought the script was okay, just okay. I didn't see for a science fiction movie, for a time travel movie, I didn't see it being a lot different than a whole lot of others that I've seen growing up, especially. The only difference I did see here is the way they did the older Adam and the 12-year-old. But the script itself, it, it, it was just kind of weak. There were scenes in it that I really liked. Some of the actors I really liked, but the script was just, it was okay.
I respect it. Well, all right, let's get into the actors. First off, we got to talk about Ryan Reynolds. You know him. He's Deadpool in the Marvel films. He was in one of my favorite romantic comedies, Just Friends. He's done stuff like Free Guy, also with the same director. It's a typical Ryan Reynolds role. He's a smart aleck. He's sarcastic. He's a likable jerk. Nothing drastic, not any kind of deviation, nothing that'll, get him an Oscar nom. But I really like Ryan Reynolds when I watch him. Not to the point that I'll seek out everything, but when he's in something, I'm normally like, hey, that Ryan Reynolds guy was funny. And I liked him in this. How'd you feel about him in this one, Gail?
Well, I like Ryan Reynolds as an actor. He's just kind of okay with me. With this particular movie, there was no stretch. There was no different Ryan Reynolds. It was typical Ryan Reynolds. I just didn't see a stretch in this role for him. I did like the role that he played as the old Adam, but I just didn't see stretch for him here.
Again, fair point. And if you got to talk about Walker Scobell, he plays the younger Adam, the 12-year-old Adam. I've never seen this kid in anything before. He's pretty much doing a Ryan Reynolds impression at some points. But because I like Ryan Reynolds, I kind of love it. I'm here for it. I want to see more from this kid. What do you think about him, Gale?
I like Walker. I liked him in this role. I thought he was an excellent actor. I thought he was like the cute little boy in the scene. I liked the role that they gave him as providing. He made some silly young boy decisions and dealing with bully kind of situations, but I liked how he handled the older Adam. He provided valuable information to him, relationship kind of stuff. I thought he was really good. I liked seeing him from beginning to end in this movie. He was a good actor, and I want to see him in more roles.
Likewise, like I said, whatever it is, Walker has it.
Yeah.
All right. And next we got to talk about Jennifer Garner. She's Ellie Reed. She's Adam's mom. People know her from Alias, Electra, things like that. I like the role. It's kind of a typical mom role. She's concerned and nurturing. It's not a lot of heavy lifting for her, but again, I'm biased. I've been a Jennifer Garner fan since Dude, Where's My Car? And I was just like, yeah, hey, Jennifer Garner. She's in this. How'd you feel about it?
I like Jennifer Gardner. I like her in just about every movie I've ever seen her in. She did okay in this movie right here. It was no heavy lifting though. It was really kind of lightweight. It just she wasn't even to me a strong mother in this role. But overall, I do like her as an actress. But it just was no heavy lifting in this particular role for her. It was nothing major here.
Okay. Duly noted. And the next role we have to talk about is Mark Ruffalo as Lewis Reed. He is Adam's father. Now, Mark Ruffalo, he's Bruce Banner in the Hulk movies.
And
And
I
he also,
love him as the Hook. I
and he
love him
also
as the
starred
Hook.
with Jennifer Garner in 13 going on 30.
Hmm.
Another one of my guys, another one of my favorite actors. Again, not the biggest, most challenging role, but kind of interesting, kind of showing a loving father who's also a workaholic. That was an interesting little dichotomy there for me. I liked him. How did you feel about Mark
Well,
Ruffalo?
he did. Um, well, you say he had a loving role, but it appeared that he had difficulty showing it because he worked so much. And one example of the closeness or lack of closeness that he had with his son Adam was when they got on the elevator together. Well, one thing he said, Adam wanted to know, why are you here? He said, well, because you can't do this without me. Meaning we have got to work together to get this done, to save everything. So they get on the elevator, and Adam says, oh, so after 30 or 40 years, I finally get to visit your job, which meant he was so busy working, he didn't spend a lot of personal time with his son. And at the end, what I like, they showed all three of them, the 12-year-old Adam and the adult Adam and the father playing baseball, something they had not been doing. So it showed, I mean, that was tender moments for me and learning lessons. I hope for fathers to be more involved with their children, because it showed that even as an adult, he still had anger feelings toward his father. And it also showed Adam, the 12-year-old, having anger towards his mother as a child. But the older Adam was able to say, work with him on loving your mother, showing you love your mother. And the 12-year-old Adam was able to give him some advice on forgive your father. You're angry with him. So I thought of all the things in the movie, to me that was really meaningful. Those two relationships showing how they should care about their parents. That was the most meaningful part of this movie for me.
Again, I think you got it. That was a very important part, and a part that I think will really make people pay attention and take notice. And let's see, we got to talk about yes, Catherine Keener is Maya Thornton. She is Lewis Reed's business partner, but the power goes to her head. She gets corrupted, and she wants to control time for her own evil purposes. Uh, I am a Catherine Keener fan. I have a little bit of a crush on her. I've loved her in films like Being John Malkovich, Get Out, Where the Wild Things Are. I thought it was just like a really, really fun role for her. She was kind of a ridiculous, just over the top villain, and she just got a chance to have fun. And I just, again, I'm biased. I'm a Catherine Keener fan. I like to see her in a role.
Well, I like her. She's not one of my most favorite actresses, but she is a good actress. I will say that. But in this particular movie, her acting just was not over the top. It was just, it was average, and her role was real interesting as how she worked with this man, betrayed this man, even though it was all of her money, but she became a villain. She wanted everything for herself, and she played that role really well. But overall, she just was just average in this movie. Generally, I like her though.
Yeah. Again, I may be biased. Catherine Keener has a special place in my heart. And lastly, we have to talk about Zoe Saldana. She was Ryan Reynolds' wife.
And I love her. I love Zoe in everything she plays in.
Oh yeah, like I said, I love Zoe. I was glad to see Zoe in her natural brown skin because the last few things I've seen have been Guardians of the Galaxy movies and she's wearing green body paint, which is cool. But I was like, I wanted to see real life Zoe. Been a fan of hers since her early films like Center Stage. I even watched that not so great Britney Spears movie because she was in it.
But she is one of the actors who, if I know it's going to be in a movie, I want to see it because I think that generally it's going to be a good movie because I love her acting. I
Yeah.
love her. I just love the roles that she plays in. But this particular role right here was a light role. It wasn't. It wasn't a major role. The character was important, but it was kind of a weak role, even though she played it well.
Oh, she was straight up a plot device. Like,
Yes.
hey, I'm back from the dead, and you do things and believe in yourself, and I'm gonna sacrifice myself, but you go stop the bad guys. I will admit that it's it was kind of limited. It's not seeing the full capabilities of what Miss Saldana can do. Um, so, all right, let's talk about the director's technique. The director of this film is Sean Levy, and it's fun. He's directed things like The Internship and Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds, and he kind of mixes the wacky comedy with the action and kind of the heartwarming, feel good stuff. I guess it's very, surface level. Again, it's not. He doesn't do the deepest projects, but fun to me. Thought he did a good job. How'd you feel?
Well, I just saw it as another time travel movie. I saw nothing special, no special effects that were different. It just was just an average kind of another science fiction time travel movie. Like I said, there were some major learning lessons in there I thought was invaluable, but overall, that didn't even take a time travel movie, I guess, to get there. It just was an average movie. I reviewed it, and I watched it because I was reviewing it. But is it a movie that, had I known it was coming out, that I would have gone to see? Only if my 15-year-old granddaughter Brianna said, "Granny, let's go watch this."
Wow. Don't hold back. All right. So
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest.
And I appreciate your honesty because you know me. You know what I'm not feeling it. I will hold it to the flames. I will saute it and put a little tartar sauce on it. So all right, let's get into sentiment and rating. Well, all right, Gale, how'd you feel about it? What's your final thoughts?
I gave it a middling. It definitely was not a bad movie, but I give it a middling. I watched it from beginning to end. I thought it could have been a little shorter. I didn't see a difference in these kinds of movies. I liked the actors in the movie, so that helped. And I liked some of the storyline that was very important. But overall, it's for me, it was just an average time travel movie.
I get that. But again, I have admitted all my bias. Ryan Reynolds, love this kid doing a Ryan Reynolds impression. Catherine Keener, Jennifer Garner, Mark Ruffalo. It's like wow, I love everybody in this movie, and that I am admitting my bias. That probably influenced me. I loved everyone. Also, I like the wholesomeness and just like the heart of this movie, and it reminded me of films that I would watch with my parents back in the day because we grew up in a rural area. I didn't get to the movie theater a lot, and we would either go to like a little uh, local video shack or Best Buy, and we watch things like Flight of the Navigator or The Last Starfighter, and that's what this kind of reminded me of. So I got on my nostalgia goggles, and again, Catherine Keener has a small piece of my heart. Don't tell my wife.
We won't tell her. We won't tell her.
Oh, she knows. She knows. I'm playing. But guys, I gotta jump out the window on this one, man. I gotta give it all to her. It struck a chord with me. Is it a deep film? No. Is it groundbreaking, earth-shattering? No.
No.
But it was fun. It had heart, and also it was on Netflix. Now, I might have been a little more critical if I had to leave my house, but like,
well, I do agree with you that it was a good family movie. It's a really good family movie.
Yeah. Like for sitting in my home watching Netflix, which I'm paying for anyway, it was tops for me.
I enjoyed that it was on Netflix, but I also enjoy going to see the movies on the big screens. And so seeing the ambulance on the big screen was major because all of the action, Yeah, so this one right here, I didn't necessarily have to see on the big screen. It was good to just watch it on just a large screen TV.
I get you.
On the little screen. The big screen for some of the action pack.
Warner Brothers spoiled me in 2021. They put all their movies on streaming. I was like, yes, in my home. But again, like I said, I liked it. I liked it a lot. You liked it a little. But that's the beauty of this show.
Yes.
Opinions and differing opinions. Well, I guess this is where we're gonna leave it.
Yes.
This has been another episode of Cinesundry. I'm your host, Markus Seaberry.
And I'm Gale Jones, Carson, your host. Thank you so much for being with us today.
And remember, guys, we want you to like the video, comment on the video, and subscribe to the On Location Memphis YouTube channel. And remember, take some time and treat yourself to a movie. See you next time.